I'm traveling further back in time in the catalog of Silent Planet. This album came out in 2016. It's called Everything Was Sound. Shout out to Philip Lee for requesting this over on Patreon. Looking forward to checking this out. Silent Planet are excellent. The last one I checked out, Iridescent, it's fucking amazing. So, let's see what this is like. And, by the way, if you enjoy full album reactions, that's something I do here on the regular. So do consider subscribing to the channel. Go!
After the fire, after the rain, after the sacred kiss the profane, when you came and left again, such a captivating pain. After that night I left my comfort to find where your body lies. I'd wander upon this grave, then fall. I'd fall in
Took me a moment to find the groove there. Nice.
I searched the clearing for that spark and sifted through the ash.
Okay.
Knowing what we felt was real, but some delusions never pass. So I took shelter in the woods.
Love the sound of that open hi-hat. It's just the two cymbals slightly clanking against each other after the hit.
My senses shook numb. I'm nothing to show but a racing book that once contained my literary charades. Now blots of ink, archetypal shapes and shades play through
quite an opener.
every page. And I ask myself,
the desperation to it.
On the scales of eternity. We inherit the art, we inherit the war. I inhabit the world, I dwell the heart. Oh, how far we fall. We're casualties of time. Oh, how far we fall.
There's a slight melody to that. It's cool.
Retreat back from the raging case. When the frigid shadow climbs, right
Keeps you
inside
guessing
me.
with the beats.
That specter of recompense. It's a sound I heard ever since. Amidst the endless mortal strife
Good scream.
and the constantly dying light.
Not as into
Into
the sort of poem style of this spoken word expression. But I get that it's impassioned.
We inherit the art, we inherit the war. I inhabit the world, I dwell the heart. Oh, how far we fall. We're casualties of time. Oh, how far we fall. Forget existence. I wandered upon the altar of human invention.
It's a wonderful mix.
An exhibition of irritation.
The double scream vocal there. For extra power.
How far we fall.
Oh. That was fire, that ending. Okay, so we set a tone there. Less of a song, more of an intense art piece.
I say down. The brain of delusion. Its vast expanses, widely advances, and bid me your fragile mind. You will learn how to fracture. Swirl across the walls. The suffering it cries out. As it manages to retrieve from
Hang
the
on.
eye of the gaze that holds us captive. I'll take you to the edge of reason.
Ooh, love that. Descending calmness. Who's this? Oh, fuck. That drum groove with the bass. That's amazing. Oh, this is great. Wow. That's not Garrett, is it? What the fuck is that? Busy guitar work here. Wow. Who is that?
I changed the world, but I can't change myself. I saw you shout out the shadow.
Ah.
Change the world, but I'm chained to myself.
Featuring Spencer from Periphery.
The edge of reason.
Oh, Under Oath. It's fucking fire. I dug that. At the start, it was kind of confusing with some of the gaps in the tones they were setting, but fuck, did it find its way. That drum groove with the bass underneath it. Ah, amazing. The extra vocal, so good. Oh, wow. Did not see that groove coming.
Outside the privilege of the chosen ones, the image of God is sleeping on the ground. Spies past the sky like steel in your hands. Place from our eyes, punch in your side. Water poured out, but we want one. You said take and remember, but we always forget. To the outcast sons, to the sojourners, descendants of loss. All of my breath, until you can breathe, to truly live I must begin anew.
Ready? With harmony.
Flesh from these hollow stones. I'm learning what it means to trade my certainty for all. When you fell to your knees to wash my feet, did you see the trample shadows that
There's so much anguish so early on in this record.
Perpetuated by the puppet sound of the pulpit. We forgot your life and became a people of death.
Bass as well.
Spellbound by the sound of its spectacle.
Sparing use of riffs. Love that scream. Oh. Ah. Didn't come down to the one. It's the motif from the start of the song. So it kind of arcs back. It's fucking intense. I don't know, I think I've heard this one before, haven't I? Name rings a bell. Check that. Yes, I have.
Searching for solace in a toxic devil.
So full.
Fragments of blood climbing through your head. Stumbled you down as you wade through the winter current. Dancing with the dead on the riverbed. Often hanging on the white bill king. And I see myself.
Oh yeah, the drums, man. That's gorgeous. Such bleak lyrics. Real. Practical, yet bleak. Man. And the realness, the acoustic quality of those drums. Sounds amazing. Oh man.
And both we feel too much. We feel too much.
Yes, sir. Oh my god, it's so good. It's those extra hi-hat hits there, man. Ah. There's moments where the balance of like poem to sing and screaming rhythmically works for me. It's a fine line. Lovely chord. That's a song. All to understand? All understood? No, tout comprendre. Everyone understands? They understand? I can't remember my fucking French, like, grammatical stuff. Something about all and understanding. Interesting. Just a little palate cleanser between songs. Kind of haunting, kind of soothing, very strange. Interesting how they achieved that.
Lots just lies obscured by opaque blinds. Frozen metacarpals tap, tap, tap. The window glass syncopated staccatos with a broken clock synchronized with my post-traumatic ticks, ticks. Talking to the space in the room that echoes back into
This is more in the poem world that I don't quite gel with. Wow, but then there's this.
And it sounds like this.
The space they gave to the drums there. Cool bass sound here. Almost like a keyboard. Okay, slightly off-kilter atmosphere with this. It's because there's a slight siren that's changing pitch in the background. You never feel completely settled. How do they create that? There's a couple. There's one that's going up and down. There's one that's sort of maintaining a high tone.
Cut from our perforated bounds. Riches are raped beside our bodies, sown just to be thrown back again and forgotten if we stumble and laid inside a homeless nest.
Building in its own way.
Needles shipped to an early steeple where boxes clouds descend with grace as you defend yourself.
So poetically.
Praise me for my valor. Lay me on a crimson tower.
A lot of time and attention has gone into this. Every word probably agonized over.
I learned to fight, I learned to kill, I learned to steal. I learned that none of this is real. None of this is real. None of this is real.
Nice. I like that repetition.
But there's a war inside my head.
And then? Nice. Really high voice in there. It's like a super heavy thrice. Jesus Christ, man. It's also like agonizing. Man needs a hug. Redivideya.
I am autonomous, you tell Father. First immortal, without fading. All creation reveals me about this end time. Called death, curse to reverse. All we bought was a brokenness. That shelter of illusion. You see me, see you. Splitting myself even. There is me, forgiving nothing. Manic and depressive, helplessly sinking. Sister bound, brother son.
Some electronics in here. Jump scared me. Oh, lovely hi-hat. And some snare work though, lightly as well. Yeah, tasty. This album must have been emotionally exhausting to make. Because it is to listen to.
Another one forgiving, another one eclipse. Son, brother, moon sister, seeking help.
War chord there.
Passive and manic. Nothing forgiving me. Is there even myself?
Wonderful.
You see me, see you. A vision of shelter. That brokenness was bought. We all
God.
reverse the curse death called time. Said this about me reveals creation.
It's just constantly at 11.
Fleeting now, but immortal.
The despair.
Father told you, autonomous am I.
My God. Very consistent record in terms of the sonic themes of it. Nervosa? I think it's the just delay effect they're using there. Rather than pick it every time you hear the note.
Straight through me. Look at the nightmare. Our past
Nice.
is but a dream that we're trying to escape. Trying to invade, to erase ourselves. Look through me and see the advent of our obsessions. Beyond our child perfection. I'm running shell up and obey. Crowds like crows, we furiously flock to tragedy. Observe the heart, then hasten back to our peaceful quietness of blasphemy. Rather die now, drag your failing body into witness in the wake. Conflagrate the ready oil at the stake. The combination of what our lost apart. We harden all the world to finally
Oh,
lost
in
in the
space.
semblance of ourselves.
I like that they leaned into those doubles. Nice.
The specter, the ghost, the soul-starving host. I was destined with the vision, but cursed to be the witness. I'll be bound to match the walls and work to trace the beams. Flush the fit across the floor, still can step right over me. Scouring this filthy slate, these crooked bones, they won't break straight. Cracked and splintered like our house, abandoned by that first summer's glow. So then you can snap me into the shape you need. God's enough to slide through that wedding dress and stitch me to a fitting matrimony. Embalmed inside a never-ending ceremony.
Jesus.
The specter, the ghost,
Oh, man.
the soul-starving
Those notes.
host. I was gifted with the vision, but cursed to be the witness.
I thought it was a feature. Someone called Corey Brandon Putman. I really think Silent Planet fully comes together with an extra vocalist. A bit more than melodies. But that's me. Not true of all songs. My recent songs haven't had other vocalists and still have worked quite well. So, Tout Pardonner. Are they from Canada? There's a lot of French here. All is forgiven? Another interlude, perhaps. Okay, so the interludes are in French, title-wise. Interesting. I think they might be there to give you a bit of an emotional break. I'm grateful for it. It's fucking hell, hearing someone scream the way he does throughout all of these songs is a tiring experience. Again, it's sort of spa-like, and yet slightly unsettling. The notes they're choosing. Oh, I love the transition of that hum. It keeps changing note, subtly. Something else is joined. Okay, that's a transition.
Finally killing for our dogma until our sons in the garden. Torches, soul, the night's gone. You rise up and set their elders to the gallows. Fire and the lighthouse.
Consistent groove here, which I'm into.
All our advances spark away from conflagration.
That bass slide. Nice. Cool.
As the wise man said, I'll keep my heart and lose my head without a neck. How can I sink with the millstone to the bottom of the
Tasty drum fill. Who's this now?
If love is sin, I'll become a heretic. Recurring and prevention.
No guests. Okay.
Screaming in the air, I am two clans are tainted conscience. Murder, sting, destruction. Reaping the sound from weapons planted in the soil. Terrified little son, encumbered by your sword. You can hide your fear, but won't shed the sheer weight of your own humanity.
Hard to make out the words, it's quite distant. Jesus Christ.
You can face me towards the mountains, where I meet our mother's gaze. Too blinded by this hatred to
Coming back.
recognize your brother's face. Singing songs of love, when all we know is death.
Is this their bassist, perhaps? Singing this bit.
Left empty-handed.
not Garrett.
I'll collapse and burning from my weary shoulders.
Pretty intense.
Life spilling from my palms. Some burning love will take hold in this hateful soil. My blood is the water. It's shoulder on shoulder.
Man, this album's a lot. No Place to Breathe. It's 2.5 minutes, this next one. That riff shows promise. Tasty.
I saw you stumble out from the social slaughterhouse. Precious progeny. You left your head and played for mercy. Rocked again and building bombs until they turned to throwing stones. Mud all left of dominance. We stood on top your place of bombs. This privilege is oppressive, reflecting our
The bass.
iniquities of inhibition. Our indifference gave way to oppression. Classes are war, gods are born. Criminals are sworn and place your hands down. The balls of the city. Keep your ear to the ground. Hear gas, I can breathe.
That piano?
I can breathe. Are we so blind to believe that violence could give birth to
I think it is.
peace?
I bet that drum part's fun to play.
Embrace our arms. Make every breath a protest. In a world where your neighbors cannot breathe. Every second in the shadows, lives are stolen in the sun. Slowly waking from our apathy to the passion that want. They are at a war. Just as a child in front of the smoking gun. Are we so proud
Graphic
to
image.
believe that violence could give birth to peace? Raise your hands down. The balls of the city. Keep your ear to the ground. Hear the gas. I can breathe. I can breathe. We shall in fascist hands. 650, 80,000 need. Raise your hands down. The balls of the city. Keep your ear to the ground. Hear them gasp. I can breathe. I can breathe. Are we so blind to believe that violence could give birth to peace? I've seen the edge. The tyrant on his knees. Will we starve our name from retribution? Or take his eye and I'll go blind?
Fucking hell, man. So intense. This sounds gentler. I wouldn't mind. Again, that hi-hat just slow, slightly kissing each other on the way out. So raw. Ooh, a tone that came up. That. Interesting. It's very nice.
Cavern in our minds.
Beautiful. This drummer's so good.
Through time, through the edgeless night, I learned to love as you learn to die. I'll begin to feel again and finish the chapter you couldn't write. Candles in the dark, defiant till the night, defiant till the shadow.
Got those moments.
You pull me through time, through the edgeless night. I learned to love as you learn to die.
There's so many, like, very subtle light textures. You just peek up and down in the mix. Very detailed. Last track. Why does that sound familiar? Great drum part here. Moving around the toms between this like shuffle over the snare. This sounds more like Invent Animate to me. Menacing tone. Uh-oh. Oh. Really reminds me of Thrice. The instrumentation side of things. way that hi-hat cuts through. Opening occasionally. Oh, hello.
The earth with the final capture free from our inventions. Grace and nature reconcile. I heard that it's finished. The final seal was broken. The concussion blew me back. I teetered on the edge of recreation and the wrath. Nine lovers stumble out from their shells of brokenness. They reach inside their wounds to find the seeds born from their suffering. Coalesce upon me to plant the tree of life inside the heart of the machine. Reach inside. Heal the world. Make us whole.
Okay. Well, my brain is exhausted from that, man. Where to begin? I think it's probably the most anguished, despairing, bleak album, vocally, lyrically, I've maybe ever listened to. I think that's probably the case. Holy shit. It's not even like, I don't always pay attention to lyrics because I'm more interested in what the music's doing. But the music within this album, there's lots of interesting details and things they do in there. There's dynamic changes within it. They do a lot of swapping around between intensity and then having sort of dissonant, odd, chilled out moments here and there. But they do that pretty consistently throughout the record. So it actually feels to me like one long song of kind of dynamic shifting musically and anguish, sort of poetic screaming with the odd melody here and there, which I did really enjoy, with a couple of interludes in the middle. It's just like, fucking hell. I have no doubt that each song has its very own specific purpose, lyrically, thematically, and the rest. But on the surface of it, it feels like, you know, if you discount the interludes, 11 ways of saying the same thing that basically, yeah, life is difficult, the world is fucked, and humans are awful. But it's just like, but in the most emotively despairing, horrendous, like, not horrendous in a bad way, like a very effective, but like just awful tone of howling despair. Yeah. With the vocal delivery of Garrett through 99% of this thing, which is a lot to spend 40 odd minutes in. Bleak. So for the purpose of being art that conveys an emotion, I think it's done very, very well. Assuming I'm right about the bleakness and the despair and the anguish of humanity's challenges. I think that's a lot to listen to as an album. And perhaps if I listened to these songs one by one over the course of like weeks, I could maybe have a clean enough open mind to take in the next onslaught of trials thematically. But man, in one go, that's a lot. That's a lot. And there are moments where there's fucking great grooves within that and things really punch, but not as many for me as I recall there being in Iridescent and Super Bloom. You know, this is more of a poetic expression of human experience with the backing of metal and progressive rock bits and pieces. Not as refined or different or interesting throughout the record, I think, as more recent things they've done. And just for me, like a lot of the same stuff. that I struggle to like get any joy out of. I would say, like, it's really impressive, but gosh, it's not something I would choose to put on and spend time with again, which has not really been my experience of the more recent stuff. I don't wonder why that is. But yeah, God, that was a lot. I think for me, God, jeez, I'm really struggling with this rating. I don't know what to do here because I think what they've managed to do on a technical level and an artistic expressive level is very, very impressive. But it doesn't really speak to me. It's not really how I like to dwell on some of these topics. And also in the musical realm, it's not how I bring it to life sonically in terms of bit of groove, and I don't know, it's just very sad all the time. So if I were to rate this album as my own personal experience of listening to it, I think I'd have to go here. I quite liked it for a couple of songs, and then I just want something different, I think is where I'm at. And this album does not give you something different. It gives you more of that doomy, awful despair and bleakness. And I don't enjoy that as an experience. I'm fine with it as an expression for momentary, like a song or something. Like, let's explore this. But a whole album? Who's this for? I don't understand it as a thing to arduously put together. It must have been so difficult to put this thing together. But man, it's been a hard listen for me. So I won't be revisiting it. Because the song, Understanding Love is Lost, I really enjoyed the more I heard it. It might be that the more, if I hear this incidentally in the background here and there, it might learn to really like it for other reasons. But, Jesus, that was a lot. That was a lot. As soon as I stop recording here, I'm probably just going to stare at the wall for a while. Fucking hell, that was bleak. However, some wonderful drumming. In particular, the drumming I loved. And the guest vocals I thought were fantastic as well. The drums were just delightful in moments within there. Really talented there. That was, worth it for that. But quite a fucking experience. Was Everything Was Sound. Jesus.